Hey guys, Richard here. I wanted to put together a real quick video about Japanese language and its politeness levels. I'm a little bit nervous. This is the first time I'm in a video on YouTube, so please don't be too hard on me and let's talk a little bit about Japanese. So I think it's a pretty fair comment to say that pretty much every language, at least major ones, uh, have like two politeness levels, right? You have formal speech and you have like casual. You talk to your friends differently than you would talk to your boss, maybe your teacher, somebody in a position of authority over you, right? Japanese is very much like that. However, it takes it, I would say, few steps further than that. So what these steps are. I think it's correct to say that Japanese, just like any other language, is formal and casual side to it. However, the formal side kind of branches out into three levels. I'm not going to get into what they're called in Japanese, but to give you some idea, right? So you have these three levels. First one is, you could refer to it as polite level. That's just being polite to people, not being rude, not being too casual about things, and that's pretty much what it is. There's not a whole lot of weird stuff going on. That's what you would call a formal speech in any other language, really. The second level is a little bit more interesting. So what happens? A lot of the words that you would use in polite speech kind of get changed, either a little bit or they get replaced completely with different words that are just simply nicer. Now, this level is called honorific language or honorific speech, whatever you like. Uh, what this polite level is all about being respectful towards others. So that would be using Mr. with names, stuff like that. And what is interesting thing about this level is that you use this when you're speaking to other people and you want to be respectful, but you never really use it for yourself. Okay, just like in English, you would never say, "Hello, I'm Mr. Heine." You'd never use Mr. right with your name. You just say, Richard Heine, nice to meet you, whatever. Um, so this is kind of similar. Now, what is different though? You would treat in a similar manner like you treat yourself, meaning you don't use honorifics with yourself. You would treat somebody from your group the same way. So what do I mean by a group? It can be either your family, maybe your company, just some group that you're part of. And you wouldn't use honorifics when you're talking about with somebody about somebody else who's in your group. So the outsider, right? You would talk to them respectfully, you know. But about member of your group, you would talk to them about just the same way you would talk about yourself. So, oh, this is Richard Heine. So you wouldn't use Mister when you would talk about this person. So I think that's a pretty interesting feature. I don't think you would say in English you would say, "Oh, Mister." I think you would treat them kind of respectfully too, I believe. And the final politeness levels is humble language or humble speech, humble form. Uh, so that's pretty much what the name implies. It's all about just being humble and just kind of downgrading your status, uh, as opposed to like to whoever you're talking, you're speaking in a way that seems like you're below them. Okay, like their status is higher than you, which is pretty much when you would use this kind of form, this speech. So when you see that as just a foreigner, you would see this if you would go to Japan and you would go shopping. The you know the business, the shop owner, whatever, and or clerk, waitress, and then you have the customer. So the clerk, waitress, the business owner would speak humbly towards the customer because in that sense they're the people with the authority. They're doing the business there. They're buying stuff, buying services from the business. So they need to treat them with a lot of respect, just humbly. That's when they would use humble speech. Now this could be a little bit tricky for beginners because the humble level Japanese, it's pretty complicated and they use quite a bit more complex words than you would use as a beginner. So if you're a beginner, you have beginner level Japanese and you would go to Japan, you might have a little bit problems when interacting with like service personnel because they will talk very politely towards you and it might be a little bit hard for you to understand what they're saying. But as you go along, like starting around the intermediate level, you will start to learn the words from the top level polite Japanese, and you will start to slowly understand what they're saying. Now, the interesting thing is that you might not realize, even if you speak a little bit of Japanese, is that real, actual spoken Japanese actually doesn't always stick to one level, but jumps around and combines everything together. Even when you're speaking politely, you would sometimes switch to casual form, because casual form is all about being emotional. It's all about expressing your inner self, while polite Japanese is more about keeping it cool. Uh, just you put kind of a distance between yourself and other people, and once you get to know them, you can slowly switch to casual. But sometimes when you're speaking politely, you can switch temporarily to casual speech for the purpose of expressing yourself. So how does that work? This is a very interesting feature of this language. At least I consider it interesting because I haven't really seen anything like it in any other language. And so what happens is that you speak politely and then you want to really bring out your emotions and you talk about that topic, whatever that may be, and you switch to casual and you speak casually, even though you're maybe talking to somebody with authority or somebody you shouldn't be speaking casually to. So you speak casually, you convey your message, whatever that may be, and then you switch back to polite level Japanese and you kind of wrap it up. And that's it. So that's how you could temporarily, okay, I need to emphasize that temporarily, switch to casual Japanese when speaking polite level Japanese. So you may be feeling a little bit confused right now. Maybe if you're a beginner, you're kind of considering learning a little bit of Japanese. So here's an advice to you. You need to consider kind of what are you going for? What's your goal with Japanese? If you just want to learn a little bit for fun, you can go ahead and learn the casual Japanese. Maybe you have a couple of Japanese friends and you want to be able to interact with them on just some basic level. And casual Japanese is good enough for that, for sure. But if you want to get a little bit serious, you want to hit like at least the intermediate level or at least be able to get around Japan when you get there, you just don't speak casually to strangers. That's something you don't do in Japan. So what you should do is you should focus on the polite level Japanese. The levels above, they will come on their own if they need to. Don't worry about that too much. Pretty much any course, any language, any book you'll pick up, they'll start with the polite level Japanese and slowly start to add the more polite versions and also the casual versions. As a matter of fact, I've recently launched a course with Riko-chan that's focusing on the polite level Japanese, really essential stuff, how to just survive in Japan, handle basic conversation, talk about yourself a little bit, shopping, that kind of thing. It's very targeted for beginners. It's just completely dumbed down. It's as simple as it can possibly be and as comprehensive as it can be. So if you're interested in learning a little bit of Japanese with me and Riko-chan, go ahead, check it out. I leave the link in the description. We've already hit 2,000 students sign up for this course, and we're really, really excited about that. So that's pretty much for this video. I just kind of wanted to put out a short video also because of this course that I was making with Riko-chan. It took a lot of time and effort, and I just didn't have enough time for YouTube, and so that's why videos have been coming out kind of slow lately. Hopefully that will improve soon, although I'm already working on the next course. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'll try to do my best here. Be sure to leave a comment below. What kind of video would you be interested in? What do you want to learn about Japanese? And I'll see if I can make a short video about that particular topic. So that's it for this introduction to Japanese and what the hell is going on with all these different politeness levels. And hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. If not, feel free to post any questions in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. With that, thank you for watching. Please hit like, subscribe, support the channel, and I'll be happy to make more videos for you. Alright, take care.